Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Santosh, CEO of Gieom Business Solutions. We believe we have built a Google map for bankers. So we have 30,000 bankers in 35 countries making sense of their work using this Google map philosophy. All that you see in that board is correct. But if you're standing in front of that board, you may take 2 seconds to ensure whether you can take a left or not. It's a case of information overload. Now, if you look at the way you work in a bank, new IT system, new compliance coming in, you are bombarded with new change every time. IDC report says around 26% of your time you spend in managing information overload. And here, what does it translate to dollar terms? $2 million spent every year for a bank with 500 employees. We have banks with much more than 500 employees anyway. So if you look at this, you will find people with good understanding of their process, their standard operating procedures in a bank. You find few others who have good understanding of how to do their work, which IT system to be used, how to use it, you find them. You find many others with a good understanding of compliance awareness. They know what compliance are they adhering to while doing a work in the bank. There are few others who understand how are they measured against their job responsibilities. If you're able to move all of them to the center of this 4 circle, you have got the business innovation culture. You got the business excellence culture going. Now, banks have tried multiple techniques to get the people. Banking is a business of relationship. Banks are built by people. Now, yes, we have a lot of technology, but to get the people know how to do the work is where it is important. So banks tried written standard operating procedures. Banks tried business process management tools, e-learning techniques, classroom trainings. Multiple things have been tried, and there have been pockets of success anyway. What we feel is you need a Google map. If you have to go from here to the airport, I put my Google map, it'll show me a path. On that path, you will see a church on the left, a temple on the right, or maybe a school on the left again. These are all related things to that path. So we feel like a Google search gives you an unrelated standard list of things, whereas a Google map gives you related information. So that's why we build a business map for bankers, which are related information. So on the left side, you see these are my job roles. These are my processes, standard operating procedures. And for that, related things are a set of ebooks, a set of training on which IT system to be used, a checklist if I want to know that. Think about sending money from Singapore to US. I need to follow a process for that. I should know which process to follow. So instead of writing it in a textual form, let's make it in a graphical form. So not writing too many text, just read through that, follow the paths. There are certain things shown in a different color. What it means, it is done in an IT system. Then you should know how to use that IT system. So we give screen simulations of any IT system. We capture screens, we run an automated video of that, what to do, and we allow the person to practice, and if required, we test how well they understood using that. So you know now what the process to follow, which IT system to touch. Now most important is the ebook we have built. We have built an ebook of all regulations. There are hundreds of that keep changing in a bank. But this ebook is access control. If I am sitting in a branch, I will only see those regulations in anti-money laundering law which apply to my role, and more importantly, to that process where I clicked. So there is no need to read everything. Suppose one clause changes, I'll get intimation, whether it's a change of clause, a system, or process, I get intimation that something has changed. And if it's a clause, it shows me because this clause has changed, these many processes are impacted. Acknowledge that. So that if I don't acknowledge, there's a mechanism to track me later why I didn't acknowledge. And I can measure how well I'm performing in my peer group. Am I doing the operations well? Do I know things very well? Am I following the things? So where did we start this journey? We started this journey based on research work at Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. I head the research center now in IIM Bangalore, and we started this as a services company initially. We did business process management consulting for large banks globally, and we realized that we need to come out of that. We sold that company to TIPCO, an American company, and we started our product business in 2010. We realized there's a need for a product here. It can't be a service. So we built the product, started with Mauritius as the first country. We kept on adding. We are present in 35 countries, 30,000 users today, making sense of what their work is. What's the target market? Any bank that's going through an IT system change, a core system change, new IT system upgrade, everything, they need to ensure that every employee understands how to use the new IT system, and no money spent on training the classrooms. That's one market. The other market is every bank in this world is a potential customer for us. Every bank needs a standard operating procedure. They want to make a new way of telling the people how to make the change. Who are we? We started our life in Oracle Financial Services, a company that built a core banking system called FlexCube. So we lived our life in financial technology product world. So we have come with that background. People with whatever is required to build a banking technology company have come together and put this thing together. How are we going to the market? We go straight to the market. At the same time, we go through system integrators. System integrators love us because they need to manage the change when they go to a bank, whether they put a new system or whatever. So they take this philosophy to take to the market. We are seeing too much traction in that world. And the consultants, Deloitte and the EYs. EYs is the upper end. They feel like when they consult about a change, if the change is not adopted, there is no value in telling what should change. So they have been following us now. Microsoft, they looked at this and said, why don't we build a Microsoft banking reference model so that people can look at something like the best practice around banking. So that's another track we're picking on. We launched our 3.0 version at the last Gartner conference in US. Analysts have started following us. They wanted to know why these banks are going after us. There should be something we are building. So we have a traction from the analyst side today. This is what our customers say, some of them. But the one which I love the most is from a bank in South Africa. I got a mail, CEO of the bank said, before going live in Gieom, we appointed a personal assistant to each one of you in this bank, and that personal assistant is called Gieom. If you have a question, talk to Gieom. He'll tell you what to do. With that, we believed that we should create a character called Ninja Gieom. So we are saying that, what are you taking? You're taking a target operating model back to your bank using the Ninja way. And we had stopped giving text-based brochures. Our brochures are comic-based. Because we believe in graphical way of telling a story. What am I asking you? Help us take this Ninja globally from an investment banker side. For the bankers, take one Ninja with you.